Hello, Robin. I have been at Emily's house since I last saw you this weekend, just because it doesn't make much sense for me to go home and then go all the way down to Bath again the next weekend. So I've just been here. Emily's at work though, so I've been a bit of a housewife, just like stay at home. But I've been keeping myself occupied, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next weekend. I think what I want to talk about is an article that I was reading about constructive mathematics, which is not what I thought I'd be making this on. But I read it yesterday and I thought it was kind of interesting. Like, I thought the article itself was interesting. Maybe you won't think that, but I thought the way I felt about it was quite interesting as well. So, as you know, towards the end of my degree, I became a little bit fed up. I felt like I'd done enough maths, and I wasn't really sure how long that feeling would last. But this article really just got me jazzed again, and I remembered that it's good. And I also just remembered that I know a lot of maths. I found it very easy to think that I'm not very good at maths, but that's obviously not true. Like, I've done it for 4 years as a degree, and this is quite a complicated article, and it was pretty broad, but I understood all of it, and there was a lot of random obscure background knowledge that I just sort of had banked in my head as I didn't think I had such a sort of general overview as what I did, so that was nice to find out. But anyway, it was about constructive mathematics, where basically, as far as I could tell, you kind of you don't accept that falsehood can be proved. So, given a statement, you can prove that it's true, but you can never know if it's false, and something not being true is not the same as falseness. And basically, this is the most logically skeptical way to approach maths, and it means that you can't ever arrive at contradictions because you can never have true and false at the same time because there is no false. So it's like the safest way to go about it. And it's not a super popular way to go about it because you lose out on things like proof by contradiction, which you use all the time. But I thought it was interesting reading it because there's a lot of situations where the way you construct your proof, you'll use a contradiction, or you'll use all this extra assumed logic that it's pretty safe logic, but it can be distilled into something logically simpler. And it kind of got me thinking about just maths really, and the way I write things and how I go about proving stuff, because I think my proofs are normally quite clean, if I do say so myself. They're logically pretty straightforward, but there was a lot of ways that this guy just pointed out that actually you're including sort of very slightly, but above the baseline absolute certain logical steps that you can take. There's I don't know if you know about the what's it called? The axiom of choice, but that's something that it makes a lot of sense that it will work, and a lot of people assume it's an axiom, but a lot of other people are nah, maybe you can't actually do that. That's not a logical step. And there are proofs that use that, but then if you use that in a proof for something that doesn't necessarily need that as a logical step, it's better to do without. So it was just kind of thinking about how to better go around talking about stuff without making these big logical jumps. Anyway, I've talked about that for surprisingly long, but I thought it was nice that I still like maths basically, but I really don't think that maths is very useful for anything other than itself. Maybe that shouldn't be that surprising, but it's good for building a logical mind and thinking about stuff well. But in terms of actually knowing things, the abstract stuff, like you're just not going to use that in your life unless you're a mathematician. And I'm probably not going to be a mathematician. I don't know. You've got to be a certain sort of person to be a mathematician, haven't you? You haven't uploaded your video yet, but I'll leave you a gap in the numbers to fill in. I'm looking forward to that being uploaded. I remember last time we did a video together and it was really long. We were both like, bah, we'll probably never watch this, it's too long. And then later that day we went home and watched it. It was quite entertaining, so it'd be good to see that one and look at how long we talked about dictionaries for. But yeah, having a good week. I'm happy that I've been indoors and yet still managed to not whisper at the camera. Go me. And I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend. So until next time, stay